Hey everybody, Ryan here. In my last video, I mentioned that one of the ways I fund my hobby or habit, depending on who you ask, of collecting sports cards is by flipping them online, mostly on eBay through my store. So what I do is look for big lots, whether it be baseball or football or mixed lots, or players that I think are undervalued that maybe people are trying to move off of, or they just don't want to go through and list them individually to maybe make a little more money on them. And I try to pick them up, and I do break them up and sell them individually. And the proceeds I use to, some of it goes to buying some more lots to keep the business kind of going. And also I take some of that to fund my PC. So that's the money I'll use to buy cards for my collection. And it's worked out well the last couple of years as I've been ripping boxes and packs a lot less than I used to. Anyone who's been around for a while knows I used to rip almost every new release that came out, and it just got to be way too expensive. So I focus more on just kind of consolidating my PC and buying single cards like that. I still open packs. Last video we did some Heritage. That was fun. Looking forward to maybe doing some more retail stuff, maybe a cheaper hobby box. But I did think today it'd be fun to go through a couple of these lots that I picked up and see maybe we can track the progress and do a video in a couple weeks where we check in on how we've done. So today we have about 160 cards, I think. It was over 2 lots from the same seller, luckily, because then you can combine shipping. And we spent a total of, I think it was $58.47. I'll put the total up here. And I really think there's some good value here. I think we spent about 36 cents a card. And there's some cool names, a lot of rookies, a lot of cool premium type cards. You'll see X-Fractors, Refractors, Ray Waves, some Sapphires, some cool sets like Topps Black and White. Never opened that, so it's cool to pick up a lot of those and kind of see that cool photography on them. So without further ado, let's get into it and check out the cards we got. All right, so let's start getting into it. Like I said, it's about 160 cards. Not all great names. You're definitely going to see some no names, some pitchers, but most of the cards are either refractors or X-Fractors or some kind of a parallel. And I still think there's some value in there. You have people who collect different sets, and when you can get a lot for 36 cents a card, and then we do have some nicer cards in here that are worth, I think the most we saw, I'll go through some of the comps as we go, but there's like a couple like $10 cards, some $12 cards. And when you only spent $58, that adds up quick and leaves you a lot of room to make some profit back. So let's start getting into it. I kind of separated out what I thought would be the kind of better cards over here. We'll jump around though. I don't want to kind of just do all these and then these, but we'll flip through these, kind of show you what we're working with, but different parallels. Drake Baldwin's having a great start to the season. I think he's already got 3 home runs, but then you have somebody like Jace Young is really kind of fallen off in the last year prospect-wise, and there's probably 4 or 5 Jace Young different parallels, retail stuff, sepias and X-Fractors, that kind of thing, some holiday stuff. I'm a big fan of the holiday sets every year. Always look to try and get the Yankee short prints with the candy canes and Santa hats and stuff. Some Cosmic Chrome, another cool set. I opened this, I think, the inaugural year, a long time ago, I think 2022. I think I pulled an O'Neal Cruz rookie auto out of that. That was pretty cool. There's a Masataka Yoshida. It's a short print. He's got the candy cane bat. So again, like a lot of these, probably $2 cards, on eBay. They might be listed anywhere from in my store like $1.50 to $2.50 with free shipping. So I'm talking maybe I'll net 50 cents to 75 cents. But when you paid 36 cents, you're bringing in a little money. And I know that seems really small for some people watching it. Probably going to get some jokes in the comments, but it all adds up. If I sell 100 cards and make 25 cents a card, I just paid my eBay subscription for the month, and that gets me good discounts and different, perks. Some Ray Waves, which are cool. Some more Jace Youngs. So again, there's not a whole lot of value in here. You will see some cool cards in here, though. Griffin Conine. You know, I've never seen these cards before. I think it was Shoebox Treasures. You know, some cool artwork. You know, this has made me want to see what Yankees kind of are in that set to go get. Chandler Simpson, he's off to another good start. Mizorowski. You know, there's some good names in here. Brooks Lee, big rookie last year. Jackson Jobe, I think, is hurt right now, but some more Baldwin. You know, there's some upside. And then these black and white, there's probably 25 or 30 of these Topps black and white, and they are just awesome. There's different versions like this Rookie Resolution, Shutter Speed, which we'll see. We got a couple of good ones of those. The other cool part about these two lots, like I said, same seller, so was able to combine shipping, which, you know, saved me, you know, $8 to $10 depending. Postage is getting expensive. Not a lot of Panini stuff. Like there's 5 or 6 cards, but usually in these big lots of rookies and stuff, you see so many Panini cards, which is unlicensed. So it was really cool to see mostly Topps, Bowman, and not just overloaded with Panini, which obviously are hard to sell. And then when you know, Joey Bart, former top prospect, but hasn't really worked out. So Caglione, we picked up a couple of Cagliones. One of them's really nice. We'll see that in a minute. Christian Moore, Silver Pack. Some holiday parallels from this year. Some more black and whites. Will Warren just pitched opening day at the stadium today. Pitched pretty well. Gave him a couple home runs, but the Yankees got the win. These shutter speeds are so cool too. We have a couple of, like I said, a couple of cool ones. Luis Angel Acuna. Some more Jace Young. You know, some first Bowman Mojos. Always good to keep an eye on those. I know I'm trying to pick up some of the Yankees from Bowman last year, like Dak Kilby. I think I just got a nice Pico Cone one. Some nice refractors. Let's pick up a couple of these ones. So some of these I'll put up some of the sales that, you know, I could find on eBay, but the black and whites especially, they'll be like 30 listed and 70 sales of a card. So people are looking for these, which is also something I try to see. Is it a card that's in demand, and are people going to pay up for it? Start with Ben Rice. Great start to the season. He's one of my PC guys. I do have a couple of these already that I've bought, so these are all that you see in the video are going to be listed as part of the kind of profit challenge that we're doing. Marcelo Mayer, X-Fractor. You know, this Nick Kurtz card, I'll put some of the comps on the screen. This is one of the cards I saw in the lot that made me look into it more and see if it could work out, and it obviously wound up working out. So, rough start to the season for Kurtz, but I think he's going to be bouncing around. He should be back hitting dingers again. This card, Jack Caglione, really nice, kind of surprising. I don't see a whole lot listed right now, so comps are a little all over. Again, I'll maybe put a couple of those up. But I'm thinking this could be like a $10 card. And again, when you average it all out, 36 cents we paid for it. This one was cool, and I debated keeping it, but I'm going to probably try and get a parallel. The Aaron Judge Shutter Speed. So again, this is, I think, like an $8 to $10 card. So when you pick up, 3 or 4 $8 to $10 cards when you only paid $58 and you're left with 150 cards to make your profit back, it can become pretty easy to first get your money back and then make some money to kind of do some flipping. Coles Montgomery, Diamante. So you see a lot of variety in here. Some more rookie resolutions, Ben Rice, Jackson Jobe again. So this stack that I'm kind of showing you in this one over here, kind of I feel like doubles our money if they all sell. Another Nick Kurtz. I think this one's like $8 to $9 right now. Again, he's having a slow start, so maybe people are going to slow down, but I'll probably just list it around there and see what happens. Dylan Cruz. We'll go into here, but I think I found like 25 cards, again, mostly in this stack, that on the low end should bring $85 to $90 in sales, and on the high end, maybe like $120. So after fees and everything, you're talking probably anywhere from $70 to $100 in net, after fees, and then you subtract the $58 we spent. So we've already made some money, and then I'll still have 130 or so cards to make more profit on. There's a couple of those Paninis that we saw. Dalton Varsho rookie, so he's been a decent player, at least. Some Bowmans, always fun to see Bowmans. I love these laser parallels too. And Ben Jacobs for the Tigers. It's also fun to see, like, it seems like this seller maybe was in a couple of breaks because there's quite a few Tigers, some Braves. We got a Reptilian, first Bowman. And I just actually looked him up, and he's had a really good year last year, I think. Emilian Petre for the Rays. And those Reptilians are just awesome. Again, Brooksley, maybe mark it down a little bit, but probably a $2, $3 card when you paid 36 cents. So I can kind of start flying through these. I don't want to take up too long. But what do you guys think? Do you think we are going to wind up making a profit, and how much? So we're in $58, 160 cards. I'll probably do a follow-up video in 2 weeks, and I'll be tracking sales. What I usually do is I have SKUs on all my products, all my cards, everything I sell on my eBay store. I do other collectibles and reselling as well. The majority is in sports cards, and it just helps me stay organized. I can go find a card instead of, like, if Colton Cowser, if I used to have it labeled, letter C is their last name, and then I got to flip through 100 letter C cards to find the one that sold. Using the SKU system, which I'll put up on the screen quick. I think it's a Vladdy card. So that number there is where it says custom. That's how I can locate cards. So I'm going to use a custom SKU specifically to all of these cards and track the profits, the sales and the profits that we make off of them. Even like Ezekiel Tovar, like, that's a cool rookie to me. It's a couple years old, 2023. Had a great WBC. I think he won, like, the MVP or whatever they call it for the WBC. There's some more Tigers. See, I think he was in a break. Acuna, Christian Campbell, some more Acuna. Love this Zach Veen card. I know he's maybe not lived up to his expectations yet, but just with the purple with the Rockies, just awesome. We got 2 of these actually. John Lester rookie, which, great career for Lester. I unfortunately had to see him a lot as a Yankee fan, but to pick up 2 of his rookies in a mostly modern set was pretty cool. And especially, I think he might be up for Hall of Fame next year or the year after. So again, it's maybe like a $2 card, but another Caglione there. Lower. It's an insert from this year, but keep going back to like a 36 cents a card is crazy. And kind of our last big stack here. So again, more of the kind of stuff that I think we're going to double our money on initially, and then everything else can be profits. We have the Jacob Wilson rookie sepia, Bubba Chandler on the Mojo pack, Cam Smith's good rookie. There's that other Lester. Another Ben Rice, just having a great start to the season. Each of the Ben Rice cards are going for like $3 to $6, and he almost hit 2 home runs again today. He did hit a home run, and his market seems to just be jumping up again. Luke Keeschel, I'm pretty high on him. See what happens in Minnesota. Kyle Teal, a couple of nice ones of him. This Brady House is cool, but it's very miscut. Like, you can see the whole beginning of the next card. Very off center there. So, that'll be probably $1.49, and hope to just make my 36 cents back on that. Topps Chrome Pro debut of Kyle Teal again. Kyle Teal's a nice rookie. The White Sox have a couple of nice rookies. Some more black and white. James Wood, Cam Smith, and this Jacob Wilson. Again, nothing crazy, but maybe a $3 to $5 card. Chandler Simpson, like I said earlier, having a great start to the season. Nice refractor, him, and another Kyle Teal there at the end. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think this was a good buy for $58? Are you going to want to check back in 2 weeks and see how we're doing? And maybe I'll kind of show off some of the cards I've been buying with the money we made from it. If you do want to follow along, just make sure you subscribe, and probably see you in a couple weeks. Maybe we'll have a retail rip in between. I'm still trying to find at least 1 box of Celebration open, but just have not been able to find it anywhere. Restocks have been empty the last 2 weeks. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And let me know what you guys think. If you like this kind of stuff, probably be doing more of it, looking into my eBay business. It's something I've been doing for, God, like 15 years now. It's really fun for me, and if you're into that kind of stuff, make sure you let me know. All right, thanks everybody. Bye.